Yeah. It's TDPHINSTALK. We done came so far. Gotta keep going. Hey, this is 2022. TD on the mic repping my team. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Over 20,000 subs. Look at how much we done grew. Shout out DDW. He's great and that's my peer review. These haters keep on hating and it's starting to feel like deja vu. Insanity and Chef Jew. I can't forget my day one crew. EM Reason Ball Game. The recognition's overdue. I share with you my point of view and this is what it's got us to success. My haters say I'm a mess. They say that I'm a pest and I depress. And I'm obsessed with causing stress, but yet the stress they can't suppress. Nonetheless, I just impress because I'm blessed and they oppress. I know the answers, they just guess. When they play checkers, I play chess. When they regress, I make progress. And my attention, they get less. They feel neglected, CPS. If they don't pay, I repossess. Now I digress and decompress and take recess and clear my chest. I must confess, I am the best. Like, hey, this is 2022. TD on the mic repping my team. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Over 20,000 subs. Look at how much we done grew. Shout out DDW. He's great and that's my peer review. These haters keep on hating and it's starting to feel like deja vu. Insanity and Chef Jew. I can't forget my day one crew. EM Reason Ball Game. The recognition's overdue. I share with you my point of view and this is what it's got us to success. On the road to the Super Bowl, no matter the cost, man, we willing to pay the toll. 50 plus years and they all ended in tears. Now it's time to pop bottles, celebrate, scream cheers. Hey, this is 2022. TD on the mic repping my team. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Over 20,000 subs. Look at how much we done grew. Shout out to my day one crew. We only here because of you. Yeah. It's TDPHINSTALK. We done came so far. Gotta keep going. Hey, this is 2022. TD on the mic repping my team. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Over 20,000 subs. Look at how much we done grew. Shout out DDW. He's great and that's my peer review. These haters keep on hating and it's starting to feel like deja vu. Insanity and Chef Jew. I can't forget my day one crew. EM Reason Ball Game. The recognition's overdue. I share with you my point of view and this is what it's got us to success. My haters say I'm a mess. They say that I'm a pest and I depress. And I'm obsessed with causing stress, but yet the stress they can't suppress. Nonetheless, I just impress because I'm blessed and they oppress. I know the answers, they just guess. When they play checkers, I play chess. When they regress, I make progress. And my attention, they get less. They feel neglected, CPS. If they don't pay, I repossess. Now I digress and decompress and take recess and clear my chest. I must confess, I am the best. Like, hey, this is 2022. TD on the mic repping my team. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Over 20,000 subs. Look at how much we done grew. Shout out DDW. He's great and that's my peer review. These haters keep on hating and it's starting to feel like deja vu. Insanity and Chef Jew. I can't forget my day one crew. EM Reason Ball Game. The recognition's overdue. I share with you my point of view and this is what it's got us to success. On the road to the Super Bowl, no matter the cost, man, we willing to pay the toll. 50 plus years and they all ended in tears. Now it's time to pop bottles, celebrate, scream cheers. Hey, this is 2022. TD on the mic repping my team. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Over 20,000 subs. Look at how much we done grew. Shout out to my day one crew. We only here because of you. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to TDPHINSTALK, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. What is going on? What is going on, everybody? We got great news coming out of Miami today. Tua Tagovailoa out here looking like a franchise quarterback, baby. If we can get this level of play consistently, why not a Super Bowl? This is exactly what we need from him on a consistent freaking basis, man. I mean, I wasn't there, okay? You know how I feel about not being there, but it was hard to deny just sitting there listening to all the tweets and then talking to people on the phone after that was there. He just destroyed them today. He had one of his best days at camp, literally shredded them apart. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about more. We got to talk about Waddle. We got to talk about Gesicki. We got to talk about so much. We're going to start out with the Tua talk. We're going to knock that out. Y'all hit the like button on the way in. Punch that like button. Punch that like button. Sorry, I'm a little late. You know, I had to run the intro back twice because I had to respond to that coward Nick Hicks on Twitter. So, y'all, please forgive me for having to rerun the intro song. Just had to make sure I responded to the coward one last time, and I'll never respond to him again. All right. And I know y'all want to talk about that. I'm gonna throw it out there, say what I gotta say, and be done with it. I think a lot of y'all already know about it. You want to hear about it, but today I was minding my business on Twitter. Somebody asked me, "Why is there no mention of Skylar Thompson? Why is there no mention of Skylar?" And I just simply said, well, they did this when the Bucks practice too. On day one of joint practice, you get Tua and Teddy, and on day two, you get Tua and Skylar. And just like the Bucks, that's all I said. And somehow Nick Hicks, Tua's trainer, decides he wants to hop in my comment section right on that out of all things and just start going off about how I'm nothing and I'm basically how bad I am and how I'm nothing and how I need to stop wasting time and I need to spend this time creating a real business when the man knows nothing about me, okay? He knows nothing about me and my personal life and my business, which I'm not going to get into detail with him because he ain't finna tell the two Nears what kind of business I got. And so that they can go to the Better Business Bureau and rip me to shreds. I ain't crazy. All right. But anyway, so he decides he wants to attack me unprovoked, by the way. So, you know, we had a little back and forth exchange. And you know what? I decided at the end of the back and forth exchange, let me stop. Let me stop and do this the right way like a grown man. So I sent him a tweeted message. I said, no more responding to @perform. If he has issues with me, he has an open invitation to settle it like men. Come on the show. We can hash this out. No hiding behind Twitter fingers. Name the day and time. Real men stand up. No excuses. Let's see if he shows up. If not, keep my name out your mouth. It's that simple. And shortly after, he sends once again a cowardly response that basically says, for the record, I would never come on your show, focus on your other child and all of that stuff. You're a coward. So at the end of the day, I replied to him, I have nothing else to say then. Like I said, if you're not going to come on, just keep my name out your mouth. It's that simple. So I won't be responding to him anymore after that. But it's funny to me that there are a lot of people that are bothered by me. Supposedly I'm nothing and I'm a joke, but there are a lot of people that are bothered by me. They are so bothered by me. If I was nothing and I was a joke, then why are you bothered by me? Why? You shouldn't be. And what I don't understand is you're a trainer of an NFL quarterback, a starting quarterback. Like, do you not think like have more, like at least view yourself as a little more prestigious than to be replying to little old TDPHINSTALK, right? Like an NFL trainer for a QB1. You should literally think higher for yourself to not worry about other people's opinions. But listen, you can't escape sensitivity. So I get it. You got this sensitivity all built up in you. Okay, I understand. But you gotta come on now. Represent Tua better than that. Represent Tua Tagovailoa better than that. You out here running in the streets like you a run-of-the-mill trainer. Give yourself a little more credit. Represent your clients better than that. Than to be on Twitter attacking TDPHINSTALK because he triggers you. I don't understand that, but it's all good, man. I can't sit here and go back and forth with people's sensitivity. I try to help them, this and that. it is what it is. Like I said, I opened up the invitation as a grown man that stop all this finger tweeting. That stop all this tweeting on the fingers. We grown people. You can come right on this show and tell me what issue you got to me to my face, and we could talk about it. But like I figured would happen, he chickened out. And I said to the Tuaneers, is this your king? Is this your king? Is this your king, Tuaneers? Anyway, man, I don't want Tua's trainer, who makes him look bad, take away from how great Tua played today. Okay? Let's get to what matters, how great Tua was today, okay? First and foremost, I don't think it's a secret. I think we all know that when Tua rips it up the way that he does, it ain't much to say because everybody been talking about it for the last several hours. It's been going crazy. I mean, based off of what the reports were, he couldn't miss. He had a few misses, but everybody does. But he was on fire, just abusing this secondary. Now, shout out to the receivers, too. They did their job. They were just eating these DBs alive, making life even easier for Tua. But it's not about that. It's the fact that Tua took advantage of the opportunities that the receivers gave him, and he did it at a high level, and he did it consistently in an entire practice. Now, I know, well, hold on, TD. Where's the negative about it? No, there's no negative other than the fact that we just need him to do this on a consistent basis. We all know he has this in him, but the question is, how often can you do it? Can you string it? Like tomorrow is so important. Tomorrow is so important. Jose with the donation said, check AJ Brown's tweet. He's trying to start smoke with Holland. Oh, really? I mean, yeah, I'm gonna definitely have to check that out. I will. It'd probably take me too long to look at it now, but I'll definitely check it out. But man, AJ Brown, they got shut down today. The defense gave them they made a few plays, but the defense gave them the business too. But Tua, man, they say he was ripping it across the middle, putting it in the right place perfectly for his guys. I mean, he commanded the offense. He was just energetic, on fire today, man. It's like, and this is what frustrates me. God, dog, if you have it in you, just keep it out. Like, just keep putting it out so that nobody can ever doubt you. Nobody can ever criticize you. We just need the consistent level of this type of play so that nobody can criticize. It's time for us to start giving Tua passes. He has to start putting performances like this together for a whole week. For 4 weeks straight in the regular season before you have a game. And I'm not talking about against weak competition. So that when he does have a bad moment, you give him the benefit of the doubt. Because if Brady has a bad moment tomorrow, we could automatically give him the benefit of the doubt. So we need this on a consistent basis so that even your biggest doubters can get behind you consistently and we can roll and feel good about the situation we're in. But what we can't have is going into tomorrow, now we got turnover heaven and ball placement issues. And we definitely hope that doesn't happen. So good job by the kid today. I know I keep saying kid. Good job by Tua Tagovailoa today. Please come with the same energy. Bring that for us tomorrow. That'll be a great look. You'll have a day off. I don't know if they're going to play Saturday, but that'll be even better if they can get a full quarter and get some work in and torch them again to going into the regular season. It's like the last thing we're going to see. It'll be amazing, man. So he absolutely lit it up today. And you know me, I study every tweet. Of course, there were a few things, missed Easy E on the deep one, almost got picked, but Tyreek snatched it away. All of that, listen, when you look at the overall day, those things don't even matter. That's a regular game flow for a great quarterback. So please keep that up, young fella. Great job today. This is how we're looking for you to execute, on a consistent basis and on a normal basis. We're rooting for you. Please keep giving us this type of play so that we can continue to root for you. And I've been very consistent on my takes of Tua. He has moments like this. I praise him like no other. When he has bad days, I got to talk about how bad he was. Hopefully he don't have a bad day tomorrow because I got to talk about it, and then they say I'm flip-flopping. On this channel, we only talk about what actually happened at the immediate moment, and then we talk about long-term. That's it. We only talk about the immediate moment, what's happening right now. We give you that analysis so that you're up to date on exactly what's going on. We don't brush off the good because he always do it, and we don't brush off the bad when he do it. We talk about it when it happens. That's objectivity. So for those who want me to not be objective and don't keep it real, just tell you what you want to hear and glorify every single time, even if it's good or bad, I'm sorry, that ain't what this is for over here on this channel. And if that makes this channel trash, then we're going to keep on moving forward with this trash. But everybody who sits here and listen to me and appreciate my takes, thank y'all so much. I appreciate y'all loving on the channel and loving on what we do over here. Keeping it 100. Tua balled out today. But they ain't going to remember me having this stream, by the way. They're not going to say that, oh, when Tua do good, you know where to be found. They're not going to remember me giving him his praise, as I always do when he balls out. They're not going to remember that, but it's okay as long as y'all do. Hey, Burgos, with the Pro Bowl membership, what's up, homie? All about the you know what time it is. Tua got an F1 car. Can he drive it? You know, he drove it today. He drove that boy today. He drove that F1 car today, so he can drive it. He can drive it, bro. It's just about, is he going to keep up with his license status? Is he going to make sure he ain't throwing tickets? You know, he can drive the F1 car. It's just a matter of, are you going to take care of it? Are you going to consistently drive it properly? That's all it's about. I officially feel like Tua can be a good quarterback if he can just give his best play consistently. And there's been some really good quarterbacks who are just not consistent, and that's been their issue in their career. So at the end of the day, it's on him. We need him. I don't know how many times I got to say that. We need Tua to be great. Today he was, and we needed every bit of it. Fan base going crazy. Even and trust me, I know what a Tua hater is because they blame me. They accuse me of being one, but I know what one is. Even the haters are like, yeah, man, I mean, he had a good day today, but, you know, let's see tomorrow. That's all you can ask for. Now give it to him tomorrow so they can be like, okay, you know, hey, we'll see. Maybe he is something. But he got to change the narrative. He got to change the narrative. People trying to stick up for him and fight for him on Twitter can't change the narrative. You can't change the narrative. Only he can. And today was a good start at it. 2 Tuesdays ago in Miami, I told you that day was a good start. Now, what happened between then and now was a roller coaster, but at the end of the day, he has a whole bunch of good starts to showing you how good he can be. We begging for it. This ain't hate. We're begging. Tua Tagovailoa, give us what you gave us today all year, consistently. Yeah, you're going to have some moments where there's a struggle. We understand that. But at a consistent level, 17 games. Can you give us 11 games like you did today? Just 11 games like you did today. 4 games where you're average. In 2 games, you're just bad. It's okay. That would be perfect. That would be a great quarterback. Because we going to win them 11 games. In those 4 where you were average, we going to win 2 of them. And we're not going to win the ones you were bad, but guess what? You're a 13-win quarterback, and now you're a franchise quarterback. Nobody asking anybody to be perfect. But consistency is at least 11 good games in the season. That's consistency. Everybody say he got to at least be a top 12 quarterback. The top 12 quarterbacks have at least 11 good games a year. 11. So we root for him. Hopefully we can get that level of consistency. I need it, man, because we need a Super Bowl. Pete with the donation. Pete said, keep it 100, TD. They don't need to know you once this team starts winning. Those haters will know you. Well, the truth is, Pete, they already know me. Now they try to act all big and bad like they don't know me, but they all know me. All you got to do is look in the comment section of Twitter. I don't watch this guy. He has horrible takes. Just yesterday, I was on his channel and he said, but I thought you didn't watch me. My haters are make up the biggest attendance. Let's get that straight. My haters make up my biggest attendance. I'm their validation. If I say Tua did something good, they could take it to the bank because they know I ain't giving them nothing just to give it to them like all of these fairies out here trying to sprinkle fairy dust to make the situation great. No, that ain't how that works. Cool and Heat said consistently inconsistent. Yeah, but that's what has to change. Everybody like, oh, the deep ball, oh, the placement, all of this and that. We know that, but at the same token, he's also showed us he can do those things very well on occasions. Now, that's the last test for Tua. And he can get you. See, what y'all need to understand is when people criticize, he can't really read a defense. He ain't supposed to. Not like Tom Brady. That's something you grow over your career. By year 10, you should start mastering it then. We just want you to keep getting better. So don't complain about the reading the defenses, unless people trying to be delusional and say that he's excellent at it. You know, the freaking going through reads and all of that stuff. These things are supposed to get better over time. We already know what Tua can do well. And the things he can't do well, we understand they need to get better over time. Let's be honest here. All of those things, his placement, his this and that, I know we bring him up, but that ain't the issue with Tua. He's had plenty of games that showed us he can do it. Well, let me back off the plenty of games. But he's shown us a few games where he can. So once you identify that someone can, then it's a matter of, can they do it consistently? And now that is his only test this year, because that's the only test that's going to determine if he's a franchise quarterback or not. Did you consistently eat teams alive like you did the Eagles today? And that does not require perfection. That does not require 17 weeks of being above average. Everybody going to have 2 weeks of, what was that? Remember last year, Aaron Rodgers' first game? This is the media went crazy. This is the decline of Aaron Rodgers. I've never seen a game this worse in my life. Then they went off winning like 15 games and feel like in a row. Nobody's going to be perfect. Nobody's expecting him to be perfect, but there has to be a level of consistency. What he did today deserves nothing but praise. Anybody who has criticism, you are the definition of a hater. But we still have to remember we need this on a consistent basis. So tomorrow, let's rip them apart. If you play Saturday, let's rip them apart. And let's go into the first game of the season and eat the Patriots alive. Eat them alive. Eat them alive. See, today made you feel like this offense is going to be unstoppable. Today was a perfect moment that would make any Dolphin fan feel like this offense is going to be unstoppable. Unstoppable. You see how quick the narrative can change? Because in Saturday, take out the whole Skylar Thompson touchdown and play. On Saturday, this same offense was like, oh my gosh, field goal city. And then you have a day like today where it looks unstoppable. We don't need anything but unstoppable. That's all we want to see. Too much money invested. Too many resources invested. Unstoppable. Burgos, the homie with the donation, said best Dolphins roster since ever. I am excited. Tua tight work. He'll be fine. I hope so, man. And I agree with you. This is definitely the best roster. And maybe some of y'all may disagree, but this is the best roster since. I mean, we could evaluate some of them Dan Marino rosters, but let's stop at Dan Marino and say, since Dan Marino, have we had a better roster than this? Yes or no in the comment section. Let me get y'all posts real quick. Do me a favor, hit that like button on your way in the building. Punch that like button. Punch that like button. Hit the like button so my haters didn't come through. Nope. Yes, Fitz. We didn't have a better roster with Fitz. We're talking about overall roster. Let's not singular. Let's not, try to isolate this to the quarterback. Overall roster. We ain't had a roster like this in 20 years. Am I wrong? We haven't, y'all. Come on. We ain't had a receiver as good as Tyreek in 20 years. Am I wrong for saying we ain't had a receiver as good as Jalen Waddle in 20 years? Don't beat me up. I might be missing somebody really good right now in my mind, and I'm tripping. But have we even had a receiver as good as Jalen Waddle in the last 20 years? Y'all let me know in the comment section. If I'm missing somebody, please forgive me. Maybe I'm tripping. Y'all got me over here thinking like, ooh, am I putting my foot in my mouth right now? Welker wasn't the same when he was a Dolphin. Stop. Jarvis, man, I don't care. You can get mad at me all you want. I don't want to hear it. Waddle better than Jarvis. Don't even play with me like that. Don't even play with me. Don't even try it. Don't even try it. And I know you can argue it, but don't even try. No, I ain't giving it to him. I can care less. No. He had big arm Tannehill and was the dink and dunk guy. He had big arm Tannehill and was a dink and dunk guy. Great. I love him. He was great, but he ain't better than no Waddle. I got to put a poll up because I got to put a poll up. Waddle. I got to put a poll up. Waddle. I'm gonna throw Brandon Marshall in there. I'm gonna throw him in there. Best wide receiver. Y'all going? I got to put this in there. Waddle. Jarvis. And I'll add Marshall. Now, hey, remember, don't get out of line here. We talking about as Dolphins. Strictly as Dolphins. Not your career and what you did in Cleveland and in Chicago, but as a Dolphin. I just posted it. Y'all tell me what you think. I'm going to give y'all 2 minutes, man. Oh, man. Listen, man, I'm sorry. I can't give it up. Waddle's already better than them. Y'all forgot Jarvis. Now, I respect Jarvis Landry because he earned his. But no. I'm sorry. Landry, Waddle day one. Jarvis Landry wouldn't know day one. Jarvis Landry came up the ranks. We'll see. Look at that. 70% say Waddle, 17 say Jarvis, 13 say Marshall. It ain't even close. Chris Chambers, TD. Oh, you gonna add Chris Chambers in there? He still ain't beating Waddle. Hey, that's a good. Hey, I can't believe I left him out. But no, he ain't. Man. If you got Chris Chambers, put it in the comment section. Put a yes right now in the comment section if you pick Chris Chambers over all of them. Parker, TD, stop. You got to be. Now, we talk about in the last 20 years, y'all, so we're not going back with O.J. McDuffie. Oh, my gosh, people are saying yes. Now I got to end this poll, and I got to start a new one. I'm sorry. I got to start a new poll. They coming for Chambers, man. Let's see. Chambers, Waddle, Jarvis, and Marshall. Should add Hartline in there. Can't forget that 1W we got. Mike Wallace. Man, ain't nobody worrying about no Mike Wallace, man. I mean, he was good, but no, he ain't in the conversation. He ain't in the conversation. He ain't in the conversation. Go ahead and fill out the new poll. We added Chambers on there, man. He still ain't gonna beat Waddle. Man, let's keep it a buck, man. Waddle already killing. Waddle is already killing, man. Chris Chambers was better. Q, man. Q. Hey, let the vote speak for itself. Let the vote speak for. Ooh, it's closer than I thought. But Waddle winning 50% to Chambers 43. And let me tell y'all why I got to give Chris Chambers a special shout out, because we know a lot of these people are really hooked on Waddle right now, and Waddle got a little bit of recency bias. 49-43. Man, everybody, man, we got 600 people in here and only 200 votes. We should at least have 350 votes. 350 votes. I need to, once we get 350 votes, I'll be able to feel good about the winner. But it's tightening up, man. It is tight. It's a 6% difference between, it's 4% difference between Waddle and Chambers. See, Jarvis Landry and Brandon Marshall, man, they're not even in it, man. You know what? All right. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stop the poll and I'm going to restart it, but I'm just going to put those two, because Jarvis and Marshall are stealing 8% of the votes, and it shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter. So that'll give us a bet. This is the last time I'm going to adjust the poll. Waddle or Chambers? Waddle or Chambers? Here we go. Waddle, Chambers. All right. Best. Now, my haters going to be like, how can you compare the two? One had a whole career and one had a one season. Shut up and take the poll. Gosh. Dude, let's go, man. Here we go. Waddle or Chambers? Let's see. This is it right here. Now those 8% ain't got a war over Jarvis and Marshall. No, we're not going OJ McDuffie. This is only at the Marinos era. Only at the Marinos era. See, Waddle taking the cake, 57-43, and we already got 209 votes. Let's get 300 votes, y'all. We got 643 people watching. Let's get 300 votes at least. Half the people vote. Waddle will have a better career. Time will tell. You got to be careful. Something as simple as an injury can derail you. Ted Ginn Jr., bro. Come on. You gonna say Ted Ginn Jr. is better than Chambers or Waddle? Come on now. Devontae Best? Yeah, now y'all tripping. Now y'all really tripping. Only person I'll allow y'all to trip on is maybe give me a Heartline. I'm telling y'all, that was legendary. That one win, quick slant to the house. Man, that was so huge for us, because I don't know what I would have did if we would have been undefeated and didn't win a game. That's a bad stain to have. The only team to go undefeated also didn't win a game in this season. That would be horrible. And I don't know this, did any team ever not win a game in a season? Has there ever been a team that has never went 0 and something in a season? I don't know. It's something that'll be interesting to look up. That'll be something interesting to look up. There ain't no worse embarrassment. Lions did? Like they had 0 wins? The Browns? Dang, I didn't even know that existed. I had no idea that existed. Now that's an ultimate embarrassment of a franchise. Here. Hold on. Wow. I know we almost did it, but we got out of it. Dang. That's crazy. So listen, Waddle wins, y'all. 57% say Waddle, 43% says Chambers. It is what it is. Y'all don't understand. Listen, but let's talk about Waddle for a second. Let's talk about Waddle for a second. So he around here limping around the field, laboring an injury. Came out today. Obviously, he wanted to practice, but after running around, they pulled him, obviously. I ain't gonna lie, like the injuries starting to get me nervous because the way this roster is, I feel like we're so good, we could do something special, but we don't see. It's not that Waddle may not be ready to play week 1, but the issue is you're still not 100% if you're playing through an injury, if you have a laboring injury. And just for them, for you, I like that they sat you out all last week. I like that. He tried to come out today and end up sitting. That worries me because I feel like you shouldn't try to come out until you're 100% ready already. Don't tell me we don't already know, like you're going to go out on the field and we're going to see. No, you already know. We already know before practice when you in there warming up in the bubble. That concerns me because even if he's ready for week 1, are we going to be dealing with the guy who's playing with the laboring injury? I hate that. I want everybody 100%, man. We ain't never had a roster like this. I want to see it at full power. Full power. Same with Byron Jones. Don't tell me he'll be ready for week 1 and ain't getting no reps. Like, you got to take him off the pup in like 8 days, or he got to stay on there for 4 weeks. I'm nervous. I'm like, please take him off. Please take him off in the next few days. Because if he's not off with the final cuts, he's done for 4 weeks. And we look who we play in the first 4 weeks. No. Oh, no. No, because we're going to be out here mad about Noah Igbenogany. Do you realize the chance of going 0-4 just because of Byron Jones being out? I ain't being a negative Nancy. I'm just calling it what it is. You done seen the last 2 years when he been dealing with something, how this team look, this defense in particular. I'm telling y'all, man. Yeah, I am concerned about it. Waddle, man, I pray that he gets, back to 100. I hope Byron is ready in time. And then here's what makes me nervous about Byron is the fact that even if he is ready for week 1, that might very well be his first action. Like no preseason, no practices, no warm-ups. Man. And Gesicki today had a little injury. He came back to finish practice, but he dealt with a little something today. I don't know, though. Y'all know I'm a conspiracy theorist, so, Gesicki would probably like they trying to trade me. All right. Oh, my shoulder. Yeah, I can come back to practice. I just needed to yell my shoulder so anybody who want to trade can second think now. Mike Gesicki said, I ain't going nowhere. Y'all ain't finna get rid of me. Y'all is not finna get rid of me. Anybody who trade for me, I am not going to pass their physical. What's his name? What's his name again? Who just failed the physical? What's his name? Who failed the physical? He said, nah, y'all ain't gonna try me like that. I'm finna guarantee my money and go sit on the pup. Man. Oh, that's crazy. But listen, man, Mike Gesicki, man, he had a good day today, though. Yeah, it was Adam Shaheen. That's right. So let me tell y'all something about this offense. Let me tell y'all something about this. Y'all need to hear me and hear me clearly. And it ain't no time to argue. Let's just be honest, okay? Let's go back to Flores' regime for the last 2 years. What did we end up doing? We tried to run the ball and was trash at it, and we became a pass-first team. Even if it's a quick little dump-offs as an extension of the run, we became a pass-heavy team. A lot of dinking and dunking and stuff. The only reason we still didn't have a good control of the clock because we punted a lot. But there were a lot of games in the last 2 years we just abandoned the run. Y'all know that's true. That might end up happening again under Mike McDaniel. To be honest, you kind of saw it in both preseason games. We kept trying to run the ball, and when we couldn't, we start airing it out with the quarterback. And then when we were throwing the ball, we would sprinkle in a run. Even today, where I can't say this offense ripped the Eagles up, but this pass game destroyed the Eagles. But the run game was still average at best. Still a lot of tackles for losses. Still got abused. So what did they do? They start airing it out, and we start ripping them apart, and we ripped them apart even more, and we ripped them apart even more. I'm sick of it. Just do what works. I know football philosophy, you got to keep a team honest. You're wasting plays. You're wasting plays. Screw to keep them honest. Spread it out 4 and 5 wide and let Tua go to work, baby. And when they start backing them linebackers up, then hand the ball off. Because we are wasting plays. And that's part of the issue. We cannot put Tua in constant 3rd and 11s, 3rd and 8s. That's unfair to any quarterback. We can't keep doing that. We got a better chance of Tua throwing a quick 3-yard, 4-yard pass than handing the freaking ball off. Now, I know we're going to keep trying, and then we're going to keep on trying to, but I'm sorry. Last week versus the freaking Raiders, that was embarrassing. Do y'all realize 4 of our offensive linemen starters against the Raiders' 2nd and 3rd teamers couldn't run the ball? That was 4 of our starters. Armstead going to make it a lot better, but he ain't going to move the needle that far. Like we always talk about, we want to do right by Tua and do right by him. Here we are out here and talks about bringing in another defensive end and all of this. Where's the freaking center? Where is the center? Our run game would instantly transform. You go get a competent center. Connor go to left guard. Armstead, Hunt. Man, our run game would automatically just get 5 spots better right there alone. Competent center. They don't want to. I don't know what they want. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. The only thing that's good about Mike McDaniel want to establish the run, even if we can't run, is sometimes San Francisco, especially in the playoffs, y'all saw this clear as day. They see Mike McDaniel and them have a philosophy. They don't care what the score is as long as it's a win. As long as that clock is ticking and the score is close at the end, we got a chance. That's kind of the philosophy they have. As long as we're close, if the score is low, you'll always be close. If the other team don't score more than 16 points, you should be close going into the 4th quarter. Even if you haven't scored at all, if they only got 16 in the 4th quarter, you still got a shot. That's what running the ball, even if you can't run it, does. It just eats clock and it makes the game go by faster so that when you in the crunch time in the 4th quarter, no matter what happened, you still close. If the offense didn't move today, we still close. And I'm not opposed to that. With an inexperienced team that has never really had situations of dealing with 2-minute drills, tied ball games at the end. Let's be honest, this unit doesn't have a lot of experience in those situations. A lot of our close wins came from a defensive turnover at the end. We don't even have many field goal game winners to walk off the field. This unit doesn't have late game experience. Very few. At best, we got the lead and holding on to it. Somebody said Hill does, TD, but that doesn't matter that Hill does when your quarterback doesn't. When the guys that need to protect for the quarterback to get it, the Hill does it. That's how it works. Passing teams win championships, bro. They do. But running teams still get far in the playoffs. It's just a matter of what you're going to do when they don't let you run no more. What are you going to do when they don't allow you to run anymore? And that's where your quarterback got to make up the difference. But y'all got to understand, we don't have late game situation. We don't have late game experience. Our head coach has zero experience. Hell, calling plays. Has zero experience. I remember listening to his press conference saying that, he would suggest something, and there were a lot of disagreements. So that means Shanahan had things that he was like, nah, I ain't doing what you saying. So now he gets an opportunity to go with what he says. We don't know what that's going to look like. That's why this is the first time as a Miami Dolphin fan, I officially have tempered expectations. The sky is the limit, but if we truly break down everything that's going on, there are a lot of factors that can really derail us. Injuries can derail us. The lack of depth can derail us. Quarterback could derail us. The run game could derail us. The O-line could derail us. The new head coach could derail us. The defense taking a step backwards could derail us. A lot of things can. But if we could this is where McDaniel has an opportunity to show how great of a coach he is. Because if he can galvanize this team, if he can get this defense at a minimum to play the same level they were before, if he can get this offensive line bought in to where they're executing and we're running the ball, if he can get them to protect, and if he can get the growth out of Tua that we necessarily need, we are going to win a Super Bowl if everything is clicking. We are. I have no doubt about it. If we could get up, and if we could, above all, I'm sorry, I missed the big one. If we could stay healthy, we are going, and I know that's a big old statement, and I'm bold enough to say it. We are going to win a Super Bowl, but we got to be honest. All of that is going to be laid at the feet of our new head coach, Mike McDaniel. And that is a big ask because it's his responsibility for all of it. And I'm not going to sit here and doubt that he can't have this team operating that way. But realistically, it's going to be a shock, and it's going to be a beautiful shock. We all going to go insane. We all going to go crazy. We all should be hopeful for it. But that's what's going to have to happen. It's the only thing that can happen. We already know, let me say this. We already know some of the things they're doing is working. We also know some of the things they're doing look like it ain't working. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about what ain't working first so we can have a high of what's working afterwards to make people feel better. We got to worry about that now. What ain't working? Mike Gesicki can't block. Stop. I ain't going to lie to y'all. Maybe it's just me. I would rather Mike Gesicki is wide receiver number 3. Why not? Cedric Wilson, number 4, is a comma 5. Oh my gosh, we got the best receiving core in the NFL. Mike Gesicki is wide receiver number 3. I ain't gonna lie, for what they're going to need our tight ends to do, ladies and gentlemen, the guys behind him actually can do it and do it well. They're not asking Gesicki to go be Travis Kelce. Not in this offense. They ain't asking him to be Kittle. You know why? I know it's the same system, but them systems ain't had no freaking Tyreek and Waddle. Why won't you just make life easy for everybody? Mike Gesicki, you are now a wide receiver. He gonna go out there and ball out every day. Every day. Every day he gonna ball out at the receiver position. He gonna get his 4 to 6 catches a game, cash in about 60 yards, eating. Tyreek get 100, he get 60, Waddle get like 90, eating. That's 240 yards right there from Tua. Better than last year, that alone. And then you get your running backs out the backfield, your little quick hitters, 200 or 300 yard a game quarterback. MVP, MVP, MVP. That's what that'll be. I mean, at least in the conversation. Make life easy for everybody. Make him a wide receiver. He worth $10 million at the wide receiver position. Matter of fact, he underpaid. Just make him a wide receiver. Them other guys doing a good job doing what y'all asking him to do anyway. Matter of fact, better because he blocking most of the time. And every time you veer him out of the backfield, they catching the ball too. They catching it. Make the man a receiver. We could have made all this easy. But that ain't what they're going to do. That ain't what they're going to do. Okay? But that's what I would do. But that's one of the things. It ain't working. No egg monogamy. It ain't working. Sorry, it ain't working. This zone blocking scheme, so far, it ain't working. Now let's talk about what's working. Receivers getting space. Working. This offensive scheme is creating space for the receivers. Tua improving his game. It's working. He has made improvement. He has. You know he's being worked with better than he ever has. He's improving. That's the number one indicator. It's working. Matter of fact, let's give the quarterback coach a little bit more credit because you got a rookie 7th rounder. It's working. Teddy's solid. I ain't happy, but he's solid. So what you're bringing to the quarterback position, it's working. Now, how much is it going to work and how consistent? They got to go play the games. But as so far, it's working. Cornerback position. Let me say this. I want to make sure we clear on something. I know we pick on Noah, but let's take Noah, take Noah out the frame for a second. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. The cornerbacks are actually like everybody not named Xavier Howard, of course not Byron Jones. Them guys actually getting better in camp. They going against Waddle, Tyreek, them every day. And you have days like today where some of these guys are playing at a high level. I don't think we realize that. I'm talking about all the other guys. You know, I know Trill is out and all of that, but these other guys, they actually playing better football than they've ever played. Some of these guys look like competent number 3s. And I love that they gave them a lot of man-to-man in camp because they getting them used to it. They've been literally just draped all over their man. They're coaching these DBs up, and that's why it's so disappointing with Noah, because if anybody needed to benefit from him, it needed to be him. It needed to be him. But it's working for the unit overall. Now, listen, whoever at the linebacking core, I gotta go look again who our linebacker coach is. I don't know if it's somebody we retained or somebody new. I don't know why I'm shooting a blank on the linebackers because I forget that whole unit because I don't like that unit. I mean, I like our linebackers on the edge, but our interior linebackers miss me with that. But whoever's there, I can't say that that unit isn't improving because I got to see him this year if it's a new coach. So we'll see. We shall see. Um, we'll see. We'll see. I'm not gonna knock the linebackers until we see them in the regular season this year. I'm still jaded off the last 2 years and what I know we have at the position. And trust me, Channing Tindall is a freakish athlete who's going to be great in the future. We hope so. But right now, he's not as impactful as people trying to make it seem because otherwise, you'd hear a whole lot more of him and he would have been in that starting role if he was that impactful right now. I know what he's going to be in the future, but I look at him as Brandon Jones. First year, sit behind, Eric Rowe and them guys and, get your reps here and there, and then you'll get your shot. And Eric Rowe got his shot now and earned it. And hopefully Tyndall does the same thing. Learn this year, get a few reps here and there, keep getting better, and next year you're the guy. We hope that ends up being the case. We need it to be the case. We need it to be the case. I love my team, y'all. I love my Miami Dolphins. Believe it or not, I love every player that wears the uniform. Within my love, I have to be critical of every single one of them. Because as a Dolphin fan, we've seen this time and time again. We praise somebody that let us down. We bash somebody that ends up saving us. I love all of our players. Tua Tagovailoa, I love Tua Tagovailoa. I just need him to be our savior. I need him to be our franchise quarterback. I need him to be the dude. But I got to call it how I see it. Today, the kid was lights out and he was a franchise quarterback today. That was franchise quarterback behavior. And I'm going to report that every time he behaves like that. When he doesn't, I got to report what he does. If he doesn't have a good day and he throwing picks and he's off and missing guys, he played pretty bad today. And this is the problem. We can't have this inconsistency. I got to say those things. If that rubs you the wrong way, I'm sorry. This just ain't the channel for you if you're going to get personal about it. I pride myself off of having objective commentary because I keep it 100. Now, don't get me wrong. Some people come in, they get disrespectful. They come at me rudely. And I may say some things trolling that makes it seem like I'm biased. I admit that. There are times there I know I sound like a Tua hater. I'm usually just clapping back at the people who are being delusional about what happened in that day and getting in their feelings and saying disrespectful things to me. And I kind of stick them in their heart, where it hurts, But at the end of the day, man, those who are real followers of this channel know I love this team and I love every player on it. And let's get one thing straight for the last time. It does nothing but hurt me whenever I'm negative on Tua. Some of y'all need to stop thinking that I'm negative on him just for clicks. And it's the only way that I get views and stuff. It hurts me. TDPHINSTALK was the fastest growing channel on YouTube. That is a fact before we drafted Tua Tagovailoa. That is a fact. People love, and then we got invaded by a group of people that have no loyalty to the Miami Dolphins, that were not Dolphin fans before we drafted Tua. They weren't. So at the end of the day, they invaded and made things toxic. But to real Dolphin fans, please know I love every player on this team. But I'm going to be critical and keep it 1,000. All y'all fake Dolphin fans, don't talk to me. Don't talk to me. If you're only a Dolphin fan because of Tua, and if he's gone, you'll leave, don't talk to me. You're not a Dolphin fan. And that's what's funny about it all. Some of the biggest posers, just like his trainer, ain't even a Dolphin fan. Ain't even a Dolphin fan. But now claim he is because he trains Tua. Facts. But I get it. Go get your money by any means necessary. But don't come for me. Because I claps back. All right, man. I'm going to actually open it up real quick for some questions, some Q&A. Because I'm not going to keep y'all too much longer. We had 700 people in the building. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe to TDPHINSTALK. Let's get 500 likes, y'all. Let's get 500 likes. I'm putting the link in the comment section. I'm going to bring people on one by one. If you have a question, I want to answer it. If you have a question, I want to answer it. Tua's trainer sketchy as AF. I'm gonna keep his name out my mouth because I asked him to keep mine out his now. I'm done with him. He ain't nobody. TD is a W. Try to be. What's up, Greg?
Hey, TD. How you doing tonight?
I'm great. Yourself?
So first off, before I ask you my question, I just want to say I love you. I respect you. Don't let these haters get to you, bro. Because if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have this amazing Dolphin content you give me from. Because where I live, I don't get much Dolphin news, and you're the one that brings it to me, and I really appreciate that.
Well, I appreciate you, man. But for the record, everybody needs to know. Please, y'all, please understand. My haters don't get to me at all.
Yeah.
They don't get to me. I actually like responding to them. I actually like showing them how much I can care less. That's why I'm still surviving. People get bullied on Twitter and run and hide in a circle. I want every bit of it. Because the reason why they are so mad at me, because I am the one person they can't defeat. I am the one person that they can come and say, oh, you just got dragged. Yeah, but the TDPHINSTALK family just added another 1,000 people in 20 days. And then they want to insult every single one of y'all and try to say who y'all are and try to insult y'all. And I ain't going to stand for that. Yeah. So like I said, I don't worry about them. All they do every time I get into a spat like this, just like it says right now, 32 new followers on Twitter. That's all it does.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't bother me, man. Just remember that. Nothing gets to me. It's really none of my business what other people think about me, but I like entertaining it.
Yeah.
But I appreciate you, man.
All right. So my question for you, Mike Gesicki, all these trade rumors going on. One, do you think he gets traded? If so, where? And what do you think we get for him?
If he gets traded, it'll happen over, like, to me, the next 4 days. Worst case scenario, Sunday, it could go down. Yeah. I don't think it's going to happen. It's likely because people with the rumblings, they're going to call because he is a weapon. A team that feels like they can go for it all, he's a weapon. I'm just concerned with the Dolphins actually make a trade with a team like Buffalo or New England. That's the only two teams I would not send him to. Mm-hmm. Well, I wouldn't send him to the AFC with this landscape at this point. The AFC is too good. You add him to any one of those teams. Add him to the Raiders. Add him to Buffalo. Add him to New England. Add him to Pittsburgh. And they start to look better. You add him to the Chargers, Cincinnati, the Titans. Imagine that.
Yeah.
Add him to, I mean, it's so many places. I wouldn't send him in the AFC. I'll send him all to the NFC.
Yeah.
That's what I would do.
I think Green Bay would be a good fit for him if he does get traded. And I think he can probably get maybe a good secondary piece from them.
I ain't sending them to Green Bay either because this is the weakest they going to be. And we got to play them on Christmas Day. If I got to play them with Mike Gesicki, I'm telling you, that game did just get a whole lot tougher.
Yeah.
Because remember, Byron and X ain't going to be guarding Gesicki. It's going to be, Jerome Baker?
Yeah.
I'm just saying. This is my take.
But
But
yeah,
all
that's
right,
all I
man.
got for you.
All right, I
have a good-
appreciate you. Triple S Podcast. What's up, man? Vic, I'm coming to you next.
Hey, what's going on, TD? How are you?
I'm great, man. Talk to me, bro.
All right, so I have an initial question, and then based on your answer to this, I'll probably have a follow-up question as well.
Okay.
So my question has to do with the left tackle position. So you've been to camp. I haven't, obviously. I live in Canada, but one of the things that I've seen from the preseason games, it looks like it's mostly been Coleman taking snaps at left tackle. Is that correct or incorrect?
That is correct.
Okay, so my question would be, in camp, from what you've seen, has it been anyone other than really Coleman and Armstead when he's out there playing left tackle? Has anyone else been taking reps there?
Yeah, but the guy ain't gonna make the team, and that's a fact. So it's been primarily Coleman.
So, okay, based off of that, this is what I thought you were going to say. So based off of that, my question would be, does that concern you that based off of history, you know that Teron Armstead is probably going to miss a couple games? Does it worry you that we haven't repped anybody at that left tackle position to date, say a Eichenberg, maybe even a Connor Williams in an unorthodox situation where, Armstead goes down, we kick Connor Williams out to tackle and Nieder goes to center, something like that. Does it worry you that we haven't tried any of those formulas in training camp?
No, those things. This is what Mike McDaniel wants to do. Those other things are not going to happen. Kicking Connor out the tackle, that's not going to happen. It concerns me for the bigger picture of what if. But I will say this: Larnell Coleman hasn't been great. But let me say this: I don't feel he's been horrible like people want to make it seem.
You don't think so?
Even if you're getting beat, like let's take today for instance, right? And this was my argument the last 2 years. Wasn't Tua delivering at will today?
From everything I read and heard, yes.
Guys were getting beat on the O-line, but we were still delivering. There's still opportunities, but the guy isn't getting beat on every single play.
No,
you know what I mean?
And I didn't think he was. I just knew he wasn't. Wasn't a guy that you look at and think, yeah, I'm comfortable if Armstead goes down that he can go in and
I would even argue that he's actually growing into a solid number 2. Not there yet, but he's growing into it. So it is what it is. This is why I want the center, because putting Connor at guard will allow us to use Eichenberg at left or right tackle anytime we need it.
Yes, that would be so.
And remember, he ain't great at the tackle position either from what he put on film, but it's still you can't expect greatness on your number 2. It is what it is.
So what do you think happens if Armstead misses games? Are we going to see Coleman? Are we going to see Eichenberg kick out? What do you think we're going to see?
You're going to see Larnell Coleman. Damn. Because Eichenberg plays guard.
Yeah.
I mean, don't let's not get a sad face about it. It
worries me. It does worry me. I can't lie.
I don't want to get a sad face about it because it's what your number 2 does. Most number 2s aren't coming in to save the day on the O-line. They're going to be average at best typically.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. A lot of teams deal with this, bro.
No, a lot of teams deal with it. And a lot of teams don't win the Super Bowl every year, right? So that's just kind of where I'm coming from. It is worrisome if we have big aspirations, as you were kind of alluding to earlier, and it also, as you guys were alluding to the other night on the MSM stream with Reason and all them guys with Doug, that we don't have championship depth, and that's this conversation is just one way of spotlighting that, especially on the O-line. We don't have championship depth. But,
we
hopefully it all goes to plan.
We definitely don't have championship depth, but let me ask people this, because I appreciate your question, by the way, but let me tell people this. We don't have the championship depth, but at the same token, I think everybody's now automatically assuming Armstead to only play 11, 12 games. He's had some seasons where there's been 13, 14, 15 games. Still may have missed one or two, but he's had. So let's just hope for the better side of that,
of course,
and prepare for the worst.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, I'm definitely hoping for the better side, but I guess like you said, preparing for the worst. That's kind of hence my question.
But also remember this:
we do encounter the worst.
Also remember this: if Mike McDaniel is as good as a coach that he's pegged to be, right? Mm-hmm. He should be able to manage 4 games worth of replacement.
Yeah.
We're not asking him to manage a full season, but you got to be able to manage a 4-game replacement. So we're going to put that on him. All right.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, man. I appreciate you. I got more people backstage.
Yeah, of course.
All right, bro. Trail J with the donation said, why do we care so much about left tackle when Tua is left-handed? Shouldn't we be more concerned with the blind side, right tackle? Well, let me say this. It's actually a misconception. I'm gonna come to you, Vic, in a second. It's actually a misconception. The blind side is not what people got a left tackle for. The true science behind wanting a great left tackle is because traditionally the best pass rushers come off of that side. That is actually a misconception. The movie made people think that. The movie called Blindside made people think that that's why you go invest in a great left tackle to protect the blind side. That's actually not true. The real football theory behind it, I guess, is the strongest pass rushers come off of that side, typically. And that's why the left tackle position is most valued. That's why we value the left tackle position. Now, your blind side is dangerous. But the left tackle, it doesn't matter if you're right or left-handed, is always the most important position because the best pass rushers in the league tend to come off of that side. That's what I know to be true. So y'all correct me if I'm wrong, acknowledge me if I'm right. All right, Vic, man, what's up, man? Tua lit it up today, baby.
Oh, he did good, dude. He did good, and it's all hopefully more things to come for sure.
Yes, that's all it's about, man. Is that
that's every day getting better.
That's all it's about, man.
Mama was here, but she went to bed. She got like, I got to go to bed. She got to get up at 5 a.m. So a long day for her.
Wow, man, that work she put in, man.
She does. She does 4 days a week. She only supposed to do 3, but she does 4. But hey, can't wait to this final preseason game. Let's go get it over with, and let's move on to the season, right?
I agree, man. It can't come soon enough. Man. I ain't gonna lie. After this preseason game, and as soon as that 53-man roster come out, it's gonna be like paint drying on the wall. It's come on,
loving it. Almost 50 years of watching Dolphin football, dude, and I still have that butterflies every time the season starts, dude. Every year. I love it. There's no bad or good, really, because I've been through everything. I'm old as the hills, and I've seen, I'm as old as the Dolphin team is. So to be raised that way in South Florida, I grew up in, Miami, Hollywood, Dania, Cooper City. I lived all down in Hollywood Beach. But dude, to just grow up.
I didn't know that, Vic. That's where I'm from,
I was born in Key West.
Wow. So, that's where I'm from, Hollywood.
Oh, I lived in Hollywood. I would drove the bus to Hollywood Beach. We'd go to the beach, during the weekends and stuff. So, yeah, I'm from there. From 1966 all the way to 1979. Then I moved to Central Florida.
Man, so you right across from Hollandale. You know it all.
Yeah.
Were you on the east side of 95 or the west side?
East side.
Oh, so see,
man.
We east side.
Dude, I grew up in Davie in Opelika before it was even anything there. I mean, that was the thing,
Man, Opelika. I used to go to a church in Opelika, but Davie. So
Davie was all horses. It was all horses and trailer parks when I grew up there.
Yeah, it wasn't Liberty City then.
No, Liberty City is when my
Liberty
family.
City. I'm talking about what is it called now in Davie? Gosh, it's gonna come to me in a second. I don't know why I'm shooting a blank.
All right,
man, it's by Oakwood
so
Plaza.
The old timers may remember that when we lived in Davie, they had the K-Pop Tree Inn. And as a kid, we used to go eat there with my family and my relatives and all this would get together there. It was like the high-end fancy restaurant to go to. But, you know, that was like back in the 70s and 60s. So,
yeah, I'm saying Liberty City, but I meant Liberia.
Liberia, yeah. No, we actually were there, and back in 74, 75, 76. And then, you know, that's when my family migrated north after that. And so we've all moved up here.
Yeah, Vic, you lived in the hood, Vic.
Yeah.
Yeah, you lived in the hood. Whoever this is, they know the east of I-95 is the hood. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
So, but you know what? Been a Dolphin fan since I can remember. I remember watching, and this is the funny part, is that I can still, back in 1971 and 72, I can remember my family and I was just a little kid, jumping up for joy when the Dolphins won the Super Bowl back then.
That's where I envy you.
I know.
I envy you because you got to witness it.
I got that memory.
I envy that, man. Like, that's the only thing that I just want, like, in my lifetime, and investing all this time and being a fan. And a lot of Dolphin fans, we got over 650 people in here. I think a lot of y'all can agree with me. We just want that feeling, like, gosh, give me some. Oh my gosh, just
and
go to a
Marino,
Super Bowl.
When Marino went there, and we thought that we would be there every year after that. You know, I watched that San Francisco game and watched that. I remember exactly where I was and what I was doing. And to be there on the cusp and not win and then never go back again was just like, you know, heartbreaking. But, you know, I've never lost my love. Never have lost my love, ever.
How can you when you lived one, though?
Yeah.
See, that's why it's so hard for people like me, Vic. It's like, come on, like we're desperate.
Yeah,
we're desperate, man. It's like so miserable, and we just want one. And with this roster the way that it is, we need a lot of things to happen in unison for us to have a shot. But we got a shot. We just
we're close.
Hope that it happens, man.
Everything has to unite. You know, every link has to come together. You know, and whether it's by mistake or by mishap or by planning, everything. And you know, you go back to Marino and Strzok, and when you know those players played, it's like everything and Greasy, and everything has to work for the purpose, and it just happens. It doesn't. There's nobody plans it. Everything happens for a reason. So,
time will tell, man.
Yeah,
I just need one, Vic.
Yeah, man.
But anything else? I got a lot of other people.
No, you guys keep on carrying on. TD, I love you, brother. And keep up the good work, brother.
Man, I ain't know Vic was from the hood. He right there from my neck of the woods.
Yeah. You got it, buddy.
All right, Vic. I'll see you later, man.
All right. Peace out, dude.
All right, man. Oh, man. Hollywood. That's what I'm talking about. Damn. Oh, boy. Hey, Pete, don't come in here starting, man.
Yo, what's up, TDA? Shout out to Vic, man. We got to give us a Super Bowl for Vic, man. It's been too long.
Man, he got
TD,
one already.
With
Give
you,
us one. I'm good, man.
You're right. Not much, man. I got a question for you, TD, and
Yes,
a real question. Have you ever asked those Tuaneers how does crow taste?
What happened?
Have you ever asked the Tuaneers how does crow taste like?
Oh, I try not to engage with them anymore. You know, as of
the
tonight.
reason I know I hear you, because the reason why I asked TD is because I got a question. How many times have Teron Armstead practiced with us this train? I would say like maybe I've heard it 3 or 4 times he's practiced.
Yeah, not much
today
at all.
He practiced, but today he practiced. Today Tua does good. You know, I got a feeling. And I don't know, I might be wrong. I'm just going because everything is spinning fast right now, TD. I think every time Teron Armstead has practiced with Tua, the Tuaneers have came at us and Tua has actually balled out.
Well, that I will tell you that is a fact. It's interesting. I was having this conversation with somebody, is that when Tua had the day he had today, they all hopped out their little holes and be like, yeah, where y'all at? Where y'all at? But then I wanted to ask, if you really a Dolphin fan, where was that hype for Skylar? Where was that hype for Skylar when he played just as well, even if it's with 4 stringers in a preseason game? This is why the hypocrisy is real. And they say people like me have an agenda when the truth is they're only for one person. And I'm sorry, I don't get down with that. You got to be about the team. Everybody should have been praising Tua today. Everybody should have been out in full force giving him his props today. But when another guy does well, we need to all do the same thing. But only a select few of us were hyping up our backup quarterback in Skyler. Skyler deserved hype. He deserved hype. Forget whether he's going to be QB 1 or 2. He deserved hype for performing well for this team. But a lot of people went in their hole and got shush and made excuses, negative excuses of, well, let's just fourth stringers. That's the stuff you do to people on other teams, right?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm to the point where I was liking that Skylar Thompson was getting all the praise and all the hype, because that's going to put more pressure on our quarterback. He needs to play better. It's going to make him fight and want to work hard. And you're right. They kind of ran and settled down and not gave him praise. And I heard that excuse too much. He's going against backups. It was fourth stringers. Well, isn't he a 7th round draft pick? He's a backup himself. He shouldn't be looking this nice. He shouldn't be looking this calm. But I mean, the whole question I had was, I'm starting to feel like I'm about to start asking these Tuaneers, what does crow taste like? I'm scared to taste it. We might taste crow soon. If Tua is actually balling with Teron Armstead 4 practices in a row, it might be just an efficient, smooth offense we have with Tua.
That's a good thing, though.
I love it.
See,
I love it.
Pete, even if you didn't believe in Tua, if that transforms and he becomes great, don't listen to your haters. At the end of the day, you get behind him because he actually became great, whether you believed he would or not. You just get behind that. That's, mature, not you per se, but that's what maturity is. Yeah, they're going to come and say, no, don't get behind him now. They don't make the rules around here. That's what I constantly that's what I got to remind people on Twitter and everywhere. Don't do this and don't do that. You don't make the rules. You don't tell people who they can root for and who they can't.
Tell them, TD.
At the end of the day.
It's a week-to-week business.
Exactly. So at the end of the day, however you play is how you get displayed. That's what the narrative is going to be. People need to understand if there's a negative narrative, then Tua made it negative. If there's a positive narrative, he made it positive. Today, he made it positive. Today, he balled out. No difference from 2 Tuesdays ago when I went crazy about how great he looked at camp. I went crazy about how well he looked. No difference from last season in training camp when I was reporting about how amazing he was and how he ripped the defenses apart. And he's about to take us to the playoffs. I just go how he goes. So if I flip-flop, he flip-flop. It's that simple.
For a good cause.
So at the end of the day, real Dolphin fans know what time it is. You need to hear objective feedback. When he do good, you better praise him. When he do bad, you tell it how it is.
That's 100.
But what you can't do, when he do good, don't make excuses about why he did good. When he do good, don't downplay him doing good.
Oh, no. But hold on. I could find narratives on if I can find it.
But why search for it?
I'm gonna find it.
But why search for it? At the end of the day,
sometimes it's not hard to search. Like today, TD, the little deep ball he hit, in my opinion, it was a little deep ball. He hit it nice, but the ball floated too much in the air for me. That's that's just my stuff. But it was a good completion. You can't take that away.
At the end of the day,
the ball floated too much for me.
It's a good completion, Pete,
yeah,
but it didn't float too much to where the defender got to it. So we take that win. Now, here's where I bring that up. If we also had a pick today where it floated and the defender got it, now I'll say he floated that too much, and that other pass, it floated too much, but luckily the defender didn't get to it. But I'm not just going to say that just to find the issue. You see what I mean? I mean, everybody can be picked apart. And I have my moments where I pick everybody apart. But at the same token, a day like today deserves nothing but the praise. Like, there's no need to try to go nitpicking how we ripped up another defense today. This wasn't familiarity. This wasn't our defense. Now, if this was our defense, I mean, they used to each other. Man, okay, you get away with that. But this is a whole new defense. You see them for the first time, and you straight obliterate them.
Clap, yep. I agree.
Only piece of criticism anybody should have on this is now let's do it consistently.
Tomorrow. Let's hear it tomorrow.
That's all. But to try to nitpick about what happened today in practice, the kid had an 8.5 today. You know my scales. To me, today was an 8.5. That's the highest score I give him on camp. I gave him an 8 when I was there, and I wasn't there today, and I feel like what I was hearing was an 8.5. The only reason it wasn't a 9.5 or a 10 is because our receivers put some work in too. They also made things a little easy. But this is what it's supposed to be. That's why you brought in these receivers. That's why you brought in Armstead. This is what it's supposed to be. Now we need this level of play on a consistent basis. That's it.
You ain't lying. And did you hear what happened on Twitter with AJ Brown? What was that? What was going on?
Well, I heard about it, but I really haven't gotten into it yet. I think I need stuff like that. I need to look at it, dissect it, give my true thoughts on it, and also look at
that lets you know our defense had him.
But I also need to look at the origin of who he responded to and why he responded, what started it all. Because a lot of times that speaks volumes and people clip that type of stuff. So I want to see what really happened.
But thank you for having me up, TD.
I appreciate you coming through, man.
I love that the season is around the corner, baby. Let's get it.
We about to get it, man. Hopefully we can get great play from everybody. Shout out to I'm coming to you hits hip hop. Shout out to AB with the donation. Said my first game ever was the undefeated season. I was 10 years old. Wow. We beat New England 52-0. That feeling is back. There is something in the air. I hope you're right. And again, I envy you. You actually witnessed the 72 Dolphins. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Vic said Baltimore game at my house in Ocala on the 18th. Barbecue, poolside TV. Dolphins fans are welcome. You too, TD. We'll see. Remember, my wife will be expecting our child 2 weeks from then. So we might just have to be a little stationed, Vic. But as soon as the baby born, we'll get together. We'll try to do something late this season. How about that? Well, let's try to do something later in the season. That's crunch time for us and the baby coming. So, man, dang, just to think about it. Like we got like 6 weeks left and our baby girl will be here. Time is moving, man. Hits hip hop. What you got for me?
Hey, what's up, Hits? TD.
Somebody said TD having babies every other week.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, bro.
All right. What's your starting 5 wide receivers for the Miami Dolphins for their depth chart?
Do I have to leave Gesicki out? I'm
starting 5 without Gesicki because I got a follow up after that.
Let's see. Starting 5. All right. So my number 1 receiver, Tyreek Hill, obviously, right? Number 2, obviously, Jalen Waddle. I'm tripping. Number 3. Right now, I would go with Ezukama. That would be my number 3. Number 4, obviously, is going to be Cedric Wilson. And you said 5. You want me to pick one more guy out of all of them.
Yep. And then I'm going to get rid of 2. And then you're going to have to replace those 2.
Why? See, that's unfair. I'm looking at these guys right now, trying to think through who's my next one. This is actually tougher than because I'm thinking about what happened in camp. Give me 30 seconds. I want to make sure I don't miss nobody. I gotta go with Trent Sherfield.
Okay. All right. Now I'm gonna take away Tyreek Hill. All right. And I'm taking away Waddle. You have to replace those 2. And you can add Gesicki if you want to.
Well, Gesicki, obviously.
So that means we cannot get rid of Gesicki. His value goes way up just by you taking one of those players out.
Yeah, it does. I mean, you have a point there, but again, we're operating in a world of taking a player out, which is a fair world to operate in, especially with Waddle out here limping. Oh man, see, but in a perfect world, we got Gesicki anyway at tight end, and we'll be able to move him over. So I won't add him. So I get why he's important, but I would have to go with maybe Sanders at that point.
So you'll take Sanders over Preston Williams?
Yes, right now, yeah. They don't like Preston, in my opinion.
So that's only one. You got another one. You got to do one more.
I didn't replace the one because I said just Gesicki. Oh man, I'll have to go with the veteran, Sanu. I will have to go with Sanu. I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of these guys are making plays. Craycraft even making plays. Lynn Bowden, he's down there, but he makes some plays, and he's also a special teams potential. And I feel like they kind of buried him in the depth chart. So, but I like him on this team. But me personally, I don't feel like they're completely sold on him for whatever reason.
Man, for some reason, man, I feel like they will not get rid of Preston Williams. Preston Williams is going to be on the team.
What makes you think that?
The numbers. Well, he was injured, but his numbers I feel like it's close to the one that we brought from Dallas. I feel like they're neck and neck. Like you know what I'm saying? Like you put him over Preston Williams, and I look at his numbers, and I'm just like, they have the same numbers. And
Preston's not gonna be here, bro. That's why they brought in the other guys. You also got to go look at these salaries. They done gave some guaranteed money already. It's a wrap. Preston make this roster, I'd be shocked. I don't think it's happening.
All right, I got one more question. Mm-hmm. Who's the MVP of the defense, in your opinion?
What do you mean, just the best player on defense?
Yeah, the most valuable player on the Miami Dolphins defense.
The most valuable player is Xavier Howard. Most valuable.
I'm going to disagree with you with that. I think the most valuable player.
He's the most valuable, though.
Oh, okay.
Because of the turnover. Okay. The best player on this defense, in my opinion, this person will be the best player on this defense this year, Christian Wilkins.
I got Jordan Phillips.
Jordan Phillips? Who is Jordan Phillips? Oh, Jalen Phillips.
Jalen Phillips, I'm sorry.
Yeah, he gonna be up and coming, but he ain't beasting yet like Christian Wilkins. Christian Wilkins is the best player on this defense as of right now. Most valuable is Xavier Howard, and Xavier Howard is the second best player on this defense in my opinion. So there's a difference between best player and most valuable.
Okay, yeah, I got you.
Christian Wilkins is the best player on this defense. After him, go ahead.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna say, like, the reason why I feel like he's the most valuable player, because I feel like our defense is transitioning from man to like zone.
Stop. Don't do that. Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me.
And I feel like we need to trade X.
No, so he will become more valuable if we transition to cover 2. We ran a 4-4-3. He would become more valuable, but it still doesn't make him the best player. He got more to prove to become the best player on defense. Christian Wilkins balled out so much last year, and I feel like he's came to camp this year and only got better. So he, in my opinion, is the best player on this defense. Somebody said Ogba. Well, have you even heard Ogba's name all camp? Nobody talk about that, are they? I'm shutting my mouth. He just got to show up in the regular season. I ain't heard Ogba. I'm sure he practicing, but I don't even know if he is. Let's just be 100. Have you heard Ogbah's name? I'm sure
Do you think it would be one more? Do you think it would be a mistake if the Dolphins was to trade Jerome Baker?
No, it won't be a mistake, but you still got to have somebody to fill the position. So
I honestly think we could get better if we was to trade him.
Yeah, so it wouldn't be a mistake. You'd be saving some money too if you trade him. Let somebody else take that cap. So it wouldn't be a mistake. But he the best thing you got right now, so that is what it is. Unless you can upgrade, it is what it is.
I would think the Dolphins should trade Jerome Baker to get more offensive help, some linemen, wide receiver, a running back, because I'm still not comfortable with the running back core that we have.
Yeah.
With all three of those guys. They're veterans, but I still feel like Ahmed is our best running back with all the veterans that we have.
I still like Gaskins, so I don't know. But again, when you're by committee, I like the group that we have since it's by committee, man. But I appreciate you coming through, bro.
Thank you so much, TD. I appreciate it.
All right, don't be a stranger. Hey,
all right,
y'all, he brings up a good point that I want to end this show by talking about real quick. What would I do to make this team Super Bowl ready right now? Because I feel like we can. What would I do right now to make this team Super Bowl contenders right now? And I know we believe we already are. Okay, that's fine. But to guarantee Super Bowl contenders right now, here's what I would do. And everything I would do is possible. And we got the money for it. Okay. First and foremost, I would go get me one of the top 3 centers that's available in free agency. Y'all know I've always kept telling y'all JC Treader, but there's others if you don't like Treader. I go get one of those centers. One center alone automatically gives us O-line depth because our starters will be set. Now you got a backup in Eichenberg who can play both tackle positions and left guard. Now you got a backup in Dieter that can play center and both guard positions. So you got 2 guys that can fill in, that can help you fill in any position on the O-line between those 2. Then you got your other backups like Solomon Kinley and maybe one more. That would fix that O-line issue, in my opinion. Done. Austin Jackson, good luck. We riding on you. No O-line is perfect, but if you can ball out, ain't we unstoppable. All right, O-line is done. Running backs, I'm leaving them alone. I'm keeping our top guys. Gaskins in that number. We're just going by committee. We're fine because we got the O-line now. Tua's fine. You starting. You got the protection. You got the run game now. Tua's just fine. I'm getting Skyler as the backup. I'm trading Teddy, or I'm putting him on an injured designation, re-ing up his contract for a 2-year, and basically spreading the dead cap and letting him go about his business. And now I'm saving money just because I spread out a voidable year for his contract. All right. So there we are on the offense. At the wide receiver position, we already know we straight. We good. Pick you back in number 5 and number 6, whatever, right? We good at that position. Mike Gesicki, due to this type of system, it just isn't feasible. I'm trading him. I'm going to get my draft asset for next year. And I'm going to save $10 million that we're going to need next year because we got to figure out a way to keep Christian Wilkins. Okay? So I'm taking that $10 million over $11 million over the next year, and I'm going to go ahead and make sure I get ready to invest that in Christian Wilkins. All right? So what else on the offense? Am I missing anything? That's it on the offense. I'm done. All right. Now I'm taking Jerome Baker. And I'm also taking another asset, maybe the draft pick I got for Gesicki. I don't know, but I'm going to take some assets with Jerome Baker, and I'm going to go ahead and see if I can trade him for the linebacker that's available. Is it Chicago? I'm going to grab a true middle linebacker. All right? I am going to grab a true middle linebacker. And ladies and gentlemen, we ready for war. It's that simple. Done. That's it. We ready for war. We are ready for war. We can compete with the best of them. I ain't got no concerns on the O-line, on the offense. I'm good on the defense. We even got better with a true interior linebacker. Roquan Smith. That's his name. I forgot it. We ready for war. It's that simple. We didn't spend any extra money. Jerome Baker getting like $13 million. I'm going to re-up Roquan and everything. That $13 million going to go to Roquan, and I'm going to give him a little more, but I save money with Gesicki too. It's that simple. We're going to have to carry Noah because of this, the contract situation, or they could just cut him. But another thing they need to do, just stop with Noah. Start training him at safety. See if he can do something there. He might be a decent safety, y'all. He might be a decent safety. I don't know. Maybe not. I'm just saying, trying to figure out ways. But that's what I would do. That ain't many moves. Did I make many moves? All I did is went and got a center, traded Gesicki, and sent Jerome off for a real middle linebacker and added an asset. And I still profited money out of all of this to carry over the next year. I didn't lose any draft capital. It's that simple. Now, some people say, then why won't they just do it? That's a simple answer too. Chris Grier doesn't want to. But if you put your GM hat on, you can understand why he doesn't want to and why he probably not. Hopefully he do. Maybe in the next week something changes. But you can also, if you want to be fair, you understand why he's not doing it. We're negative 31 million last I checked. Let me check now because these numbers be changing. NFL cap space. Let me look at our cap next year. Maybe it's changed. Maybe we done already saved some money somewhere. Cap space. I'm going to pull this up real quick. I'll be able to tell you. Let me go to 2023 update. Miami Dolphins. Oh, no. Somehow it says negative 5 million now. So that, no. Hold on. Yeah, it tells me negative 5 million now. So they've already made some low-key moves that we haven't talked about because now, and I hate when they do this, now I need to go through everybody's salary and see who got adjusted because they don't talk about it. I end up finding it months later, like, when did this happen? When did that get done? We're negative 5 million. We were just negative 31 million. Now we're negative 5. So now I got to go through all the books of each player and see who they made the adjustments for. Who did they restructure? Because somebody or somebodies have already gotten restructured. That's a fact. They have already made some restructures. No, I know we restructured Byron, but that was before. We were negative 31 with the restructure already. Not unless they've already declared money over to next year. Maybe that's something that happened. Maybe they've already declared money into next year. Now, give me a second. Let me see. Because there should be a carryover amount that they tell you too. Give me a moment. All right. All right. Let me see who got restructure bonuses. All right. So X got a restructure bonus, Byron's, but we already knew about that. Clayton Fledglam restructure, bro, and they IR'd him, so they saved his money. But that ain't the whole team. Did we cut somebody valuable recently? No, I don't think so at all. See, they turned Clayton Fledglam's contract into a voided contract, so they didn't even have to pay him. And they have to pay him, but they voided it. So that's voidable money. Oh, forgive me, y'all. Forgive me. Never mind. I see what's going on. That number, hold on. Let me see. The estimated cap space is actually negative 22 million for the top 51 players. Right now we're spending 204. It's 240 million. So let me go back to 2022. TD, would you sign Trey Flowers if we're upgrading from somebody on the roster? Sure would. All right, 2022. 2022 Miami Dolphins. So y'all forgive me that negative. So right now it says the Dolphins have 18 million. Thought it was 21. So it's a lot of, so now that just means tomorrow I got to go through all the contracts and see where we move some money. Because we obviously did. We've been moving money. So I'll have an answer for y'all going forward. Because we still got pretty much 18 million, 17.9 to be exact. Let me see if there's any other restructures. Just Clayton Fedulum. Seven. Yeah, right now we're at $204 million of salary cap. So we got money. So next year we got Chris Grier already made some moves. I'll have that answer for y'all tomorrow. See where that extra money came from. Because we were definitely not in as good of a situation. But for some reason, I'm looking at negative 22 million for top 51 players next year. So I'll figure it out. We need a show explaining ins and outs of contracts. We could do that. I've done it before. I guess maybe it's important to do it once every year for the new viewers, but I've done it before. I've already talked about cap, dead cap, voidable years, contracts, guarantees, bonuses, how you spread out the bonus money for dead cap, because people don't understand dead cap ain't nothing but the guaranteed bonus money that you can spread out over all the years. That's why you get big signing bonuses, so you can spread out that cap even in voidable years to help with the salary cap. That's how you finagle numbers and move money. So, but we could do a stream like that whenever we have the 53-man roster. We'll do that. All right. But that's the good news, though, that we're negative 5 million now going into next season. And the only guys that you'll really have to give bigger money to, you got Christian Wilkins. Are you going to give Gesicki a long term if you keep him? You got Nick Needham, who's on a tender right now, who's going to need a real deal next year. So those are three guys. So, but the only issue with this team is, are you going to move on from Byron just to, supplement? And then how do you replace Byron? So there's a lot of things that we're going to be, the future's going to be very interesting in how we structure it. That's why you want to win now. That's why you want to make the most of your opportunity now. All right. But anyway, man, I've been live going on 2 hours now. We've had over 700 people in the room. Let me see if we ever got to 450 likes. Yeah, with 445 likes, y'all hit the like button on your way out. This is TD FinStalk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. We're going to talk more tomorrow. Thank y'all for always showing love and supporting this channel, even when our haters try to degrade the channel and make it seem like it ain't nothing. we continue to grow and do bigger and better things, man. So salute to every single one of you all. You are the family of TD Fans Talk. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Fans up no matter what. And don't forget, our boy Tua balled out today, baby. Woo!